let's start the blanket off. This is how I hold my thread. You might find a different way, but with my crochet hook I'm just going to go in between my forefinger and my thumb. This is my working space, and I'm just going to twist. Now I'm going to hold the base of the twist, and I'm going to make my first knot. I'm going to do 3 of these. Try not pull them too tight to start with, because you actually want to come back into these very soon. So there's my 3. I'm going to go back to my first knot and make my loop. So you can see I've got 2 threads here. I'm going to go back through both of those one more time. So this is the start of my mat or blanket, and I'm going to go back through the first loop. Once again, got 2 stitches. I'm going to loop around, pull that loop through 2 stitches. Let's do it again. I'm going through the same loop because I want my blanket to stay flat and not pull. If I move too quickly, it will start to pull. So I'm going to go through the same loop again. This is the 3rd stitch in that loop, because that means that my working area is catching up and making a nice flat circle. So this is going to be my next loop that I'm going to go through. Back through the same one. A new loop. Let's make a new loop. So I'm doing 2 at the moment because my stitches are fairly big and I can reach the new working area without it pulling my blanket up, because I'm not overstretching. Otherwise I would do 3 depending on the size. I think I can reach this one okay. Okay, so I can come back here and reach quite easily because this is my working area, it's already there. And another one. You can see with the last stitch that I did how it's pulling up, and if I do that again, go into the very next stitch, and continue to do that, you can see how it starts to form like a beanie or a basket. We don't want that to happen. We want to keep on working and for it to remain flat. So I have to keep on figuring out, is my work vertical or is it starting to lag behind? If it starts to lag behind, then you want to keep on adding in the same working space. This one here has 2 in it. I'm going to go to the next one. Sometimes it looks like it's pulling up, but it may not be. You might be able to put it down on the ground and it actually smooth out nicely. The other thing is you don't want to add too many, because then your work will start forming gathers and puckers, and the mat actually won't lie flat either. So you've got to make sure that there's that nice balance, and the way you do that is keep reading where your work is. Is it pulling too far? And put it down every now and then and make sure that you can smooth it out nicely. do the stitch, we wrap around through the hole, wrap around, pull through the hole, wrap around, release the first 2 stitches, wrap around, release the last 2 stitches, wrap around, go through the hole, wrap around, pull through the hole, wrap around, release the first 2 stitches, wrap around, release the last 2 stitches, wrap around, through the next hole, wrap around, pull through the hole, wrap around, release the first 2 stitches, wrap around, release the last 2. This is the last of the wool from 29 of the balls, and I'm going to show you how to finish off. We're not going to finish off and leave it with one of these large threads. So I've been looping round, going through the hole and pulling it through twice. This time I'm actually just going to go through the hole, the next one, pull it through. So I've got 2 loops. Pull that through once, so it's going to make a smaller stitch. I'll do that a few times. So I'm going through the hole, pulling it through once rather than twice, and that's already brought the stitch down a little bit. So I'm getting close to the end, so what I want to do is make an even smaller stitch, and I'm going to go through the hole, pull through, and instead of doing that extra wraparound which will make the stitch a little bit higher, I'm just going to pull it straight through. That will take it down really close, and pull it straight through. So I've got a tiny bit left, and I'm just going to start knotting now. So I'm actually going to pull the whole lot through. So that's the first knot. And I'm just going to knot it all the way to the end. That's as many as I can do. So this bit I'm going to pull through underneath and hide the tassel. Once I put the tassels on, you won't see these knots here, and it's not an obvious transition. Underneath I have where I've joined up all the balls of wool. These I'm also going to go through and just hide all this extra strands. Love those two colours together. Beautiful. So underneath I've put it through one of the rows. You can see it underneath, but when I turn you actually can't see it on top, so it's hidden.